Greetings, YouTube fam. Whether it be a new chapter, a new cycle, or a new calendar year, letting go or clearing old energies and being able to call in and activate new energies is very, very vital. It's important in a lot of regards. So today I wanted to go through some practical tips based on spiritual sciences that you can use to process, get rid of, and clear the old energies that can stick around and get in the way of stepping into and calling in the new. Now, with anything, we need to remember a fundamental, let's say, technique or mechanism. So a lot of us focus on getting rid of, clearing, and getting out the old energies. Now, that's certainly the first of the two steps. The second is crucial and oftentimes overlooked, which is after we clear these energies, it's important to step into open and receptive states and actually intentionally call in these new energies. So both the clearing and the being open and receptive to the new energies and allowing them to integrate are both the 1-2 punch that's necessary for this work we're going to cover today. Now, as I said, this word intentional, the key to starting all of this is setting an intention, especially going into a new year or a new chapter or a new cycle. And this intention can be boiled down to a word, an essence that'll serve as a theme to guide you as a compass throughout the start of and unfolding of this year or cycle or chapter. So let's talk about the types of energies that get stuck or that we oftentimes hold or cling on to. And we'll put them into really 3 buckets. The first is going to be old experiences by way of hurts or, let's say, traumas that we may be carrying with us and not even knowing it. And the second is bonds or relationships that we're still holding on to that may have served their purpose or need to be transformed. And then the third is patterns of behavior that somehow bring us comfort or some type of a gain that we're still holding on to. So, with all of these concepts, how to clear is very much, let's say, a step-by-step thing you can do. So when it's our self or our physical space, and that's oftentimes because of old hurts, traumas, or lingering things within our field, there's various ways we can step forward into the new and clear our field, clear our self, our mind, our heart, our body, and energy field. So I'll go through some of these tips and best practices. 1, we can use mists, sprays that we've created intentionally, or various ways of saging. Another one is a natural one, and clearing the actual biofield itself. Furthermore, we can also spend time in nature, which is very clarifying, grounding, and in this earthing process helps us get rid of these energies that'll be sticking to us and lingering or holding on to. We also can thirdly take a salt bath or immerse ourselves in salt water, let's say in the ocean, and done in an intentional way is a very clearing process. Likewise, we can listen to sounds or high vibe music or, let's say, chanting or prayers. That also helps really shift and clear out our personal space. And then lastly, my upcoming video, and there's many other types of practices, so this next video in this YouTube channel is going to be an energy clearing practice where you literally use science-backed techniques to clear your energy field. So now that we've covered our physical space, one subtopic of that is bonds or relationships that we still may be holding on to. And for that, we oftentimes in these bonds have this thing called a cord, a connection, a shared morphogenic field, as science calls it, and we'll need to clear or in some instances release or bring to completion the bond. And I have some practices, I'll put a link below to a relationship healing and clearing one where we work on that bond. So you can check out some of the links to what some of these tools that I reference below that I've put for your convenience. Now, lastly, we've talked about our personal space, bonds, our physical space. We may have to, whether in a work environment, a family environment, a living quarters, have to consider cleansing toxicity, low vibes, or old energies. So that, similar to our physical self, can be done through playing chanting, prayers, or high vibe sounds or harmonics. You can use gongs, for instance. Secondly, in terms of physical space, you can also use sage, palo santo, or burning certain high vibe natural essences or herbs or floral essences that help, again, cleanse the physical space. Likewise, we can use gems or the crystal kingdom in creating various power grids to help both clear and charge. And lastly, you can also look into creating a salt and water container, which is also able to be, let's say, programmed by the power of our intention. Now that we've covered this notion of clearing out old space, we shift to this notion, as I clear out this cough, we switch to this notion of calling in and activating new energy. So we've done this first part and talked about the various ways we can clear out the energy. Then let's shift to this notion of then the second, which is being able to actually call in high vibe, new energies, being in open and receptive states. So much like I said, you can check out the next video right after this video, which is an energy practice that's both good for clearing and for charging and bringing in new high vibe energies that are natural, pure, and very much we're able to access at any point in time. You can also use the power of custom visualizations, and I have a couple I'll put in the link below that are great for starting new chapters, clearing out these old energies, and bringing in very potent, life-changing new energies. As I said, intention also comes into play with all this because we have to remember that with anything, our intention is going to shape it, and then later on, the ways we implement and integrate and actualize that intention is key. So remembering to be in that allowing and receptive state when we're working on bringing in the new energies once we've cleared it. All right. So I trust that this video and the tips and wisdom laced in it, the practical steps you can take, and then the links that you can actually dive into the various, whether it be clearing or new energies, are below. I really do appreciate your support and the various ways you show up on my YouTube channel and these various other channels because I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission, and if you didn't know, I'm Hasadegi, the mystic in a suit, to help leaders around the world do the inner work, demystify the spiritual journey, and help you make the practical shifts to bring more heart and soul. So if you like this, you can support me by liking, commenting, sharing on various channels this video so other leaders can benefit like you have today. And you can also check out these other resources in the links below, and I trust that they're going to support you in clearing, releasing, alchemizing the old and stepping into these new chapters, new cycles, or new years in a way that you're really going to have vitality, sustainability, and a lot of momentous hope. Thanks as always, and I'll see you next time. Make sure you check out the next video, which will really dovetail today's concepts very well. Much love and blessings.